Hi everyone, just here to do a quick unboxing of a Canon RF 600mm F11 lens. I bought this online. This particular, if it interests you, this particular lens I got from Ryder. So I'll just get this out. Actually, I might just move this box up. Okay, move that out of the way. So, never mind, don't mind me, I'll just get this out. Okay, I'll straighten this back up. Alright, so yes, as said, it's a RF lens, 600mm F11. It's got IS on it. Image stabilization, if you don't know what IS is. Anyway, we'll get the box open. Okay, looks like it opens from here. Let me do it like this. Okay, so you get a warranty card. Well, I won't go into this too much, but when you're buying Canon lenses, or really cameras or any camera, but especially, I know this is true for Canon, I'm not sure about other manufacturers, but be careful buying online to make sure it's Australian stock. I'll give you an example. You might be able to save $50 or $100 by buying this off certain people on eBay or whatever. But if they are importing from overseas, quite often what they do is they just give you a local, so they give the warranty. And let's say a lot of them might be a 1-year warranty. But if you're buying direct from Canon, you'll get the full warranty here in Australia and you won't get any arguments, whereas you probably won't be covered if it came from overseas. So, plus also if it comes from overseas, you may get hit with the taxes as well, so that's going to bump the price back up. So you may end up defeating yourself and not getting it as cheap as you think. But anyway, I would suggest buying it from Australian retailers or Canon Direct, whatever, in Australia or whichever country you're in. Unless you're getting second hand. If you're getting second hand, you could buy it from anywhere. Anyway, it's got some more information about interchangeable lenses from Canon here. So you get a little document. The warranty, as we said. Set that aside. Okay, let's get this out. It comes quite well wrapped, as you can see. Let's have a look at the... Okay, so there we have it. That's our lens. Okay, it comes with a cap on it. You've got stabilizer on and off, autofocus on and off. Looks like you've got a focusing distance as well, so looks like you can block it off so that you won't focus on anything closer than 12 meters, which could be sometimes on these telephotos, especially longer ones, it can be handy to limit where it's going to focus. Not only is it quicker, but it doesn't end up focusing on something that may be very close to you. Let's say, for instance, you were shooting at something that's on the other side of a fence, a wire fence or something like that. The wire fence may only be, like very close in front of you, whereas your subject may be, 100 meters away. You don't want your lens to be randomly starting to focus on the fence or the closer, whatever's closest or in the way. So you would set this so that it won't focus on anything too close. That's what it's for. Also, probably I haven't used this lens yet, so I don't know, but also on some older lenses, the focus motor is not that fast. So you don't want it hunting and focusing on the wrong thing, because by the time it goes back, your subject could be gone or moved or whatever. So yeah, you would limit where it could focus that way. But you can always override by manually focusing. That is, unless you've changed what that ring does, because now in the newer cameras you can actually change what that ring does. But I don't know why you would, because you've got a ring on the front which actually has clicks in it too. So yeah. Anyway, pretty simple. Okay, so yeah, okay, on this lens, some of their newer lenses, on the EF lenses I never encountered this, but on some RF lenses I've already encountered this before. And that is, they have a lock. So you can see here, lock and unlock. Now if I put that on the camera like that, which I'm not going to do at the moment, but if you've got your camera and you stick this straight onto there and you try and shoot, of course you've got to take off your lens cap. But if you try and shoot like that, even with no lens cap, it won't let you. It'll come up with some error message. I can't remember what it is. I have seen it before. What you've got to do is get this lens into a position where it will work. So that'll be something like, okay, so you unlock it, and then I'm assuming, no, it doesn't twist. Okay, it just pulls out. Okay, so you'll pull it out into this position. Yeah, okay, and then lock it as well. I don't know whether it'll operate if it's not locked, but I would lock it while it's out, so that you don't accidentally move this in a little bit and then you can't take your shot and you can't work out why. It can be very frustrating if you can't work out what's going on. Anyway, that's something else to keep in mind. So yeah, then that's the mode for traveling. So it's quite compact, actually. You can see, you compare that to, that's a consumer 24-105 lens with a hood. Okay, well, it's probably about twice as big, and I would say roughly twice as heavy. But for a 600mm, that's pretty good. If you've ever held a larger 600mm lens, or an 800mm, or if you've picked up the old 600mm F4L lens, then this is tiny compared to those. To try and give you it would be similar to a 70-200 EF lens, or probably RF lens in 2.8. That's probably the size, roughly about that, but probably nowhere near as heavy as a EFL lens in 70-200 2.8. So that's just going to try and give you some size. But anyway, you can look up the specs online. You don't need me to give you all the specs. Okay, it's got it's not really a tripod mount. You can't really stick a monopod or whatever straight onto here. Well, not unless you want to be trying to rock your image. But all your L lenses like this used to come with an actual leg, and you could clip it on and off. Usually you could clip it on and off. So now they're not doing that. Because the camera's lighter and this is lighter, probably what I'll be doing is I'll just put an Arca plate on here, or a Manfrotto plate, just a quick release plate, and then I can stick that onto a ball head, which is either on the tripod or the monopod. Probably I'll end up using this a lot handheld, but so yeah, that's your Canon EF 600mm. That's just the unboxing. Looks like you can get 4.5 meter focus, 4.5 meters with this, according to that. So your focus lock is to keep it at 12 meters plus. I will. That's just the unboxing. I will actually start doing some reviews of a lot of these lenses and my cameras and whatever, because I know there's a lot of people doing that. I'm not going to do the full detailed reviews. I'll just probably give my perspective on using them, because I have had and do have quite a few lenses, and I've used a lot of them in a lot of different situations. So I can probably give you my honest opinion and feedback. Anyway, they'll come in some other videos. But for now, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope that helps you understand what you're going to get in the box. There's no lens hood that comes with it. I can see it does have a lip to take a lens hood. So seems like that's everyone's trick now. They want you to pay extra for the lens hoods. I had to do that on my other lenses. But when you bought a lot of these bigger Canon lenses before, they would come with the hood. But anyway, that's something to keep in mind. You'll be buying a hood. There's definitely no hood in the box. Anyway, as I said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.